Arizona is one of the hottest states for migration within the U.S. It has a lot of appeal for people who want to get more mild weather, maybe get away from freezing cold winters, also lower taxes. So before we get to some examples of under 200,000 houses in Arizona, let's talk about what's going on with the market. And there's some excellent financial advice from the real estate industry saying don't wait for a housing market crash. One of the things that people have been wondering about is, are prices going to fall? Is this a bubble? Are prices going to get reduced anytime soon? And all consensus from all different angles is it's not. It says if you're ready to buy, the best time is now, meaning that the prices aren't going to go down. They may not go up as much, but they're not going to go down. Conditions today are completely different than during the housing crash with the mortgage bubbles. If you want to wait it out, possibly for years, is it going to get easier? But it may not. If anything, inflation is still going to go up. It may not zoom up as much as it did in the last couple years. Identifying the perfect time to buy is impossible. So you want to buy when you're ready to buy and you can afford to buy. We'll take it a step further in that anytime is good, because if you're moving from rent to buy, you're not paying somebody else's mortgage. You're paying your own mortgage. So if you want to get something cheap, that's okay. At least you're going to be on the merry-go-round of house appreciation. So let's look at a couple of houses in Arizona. This one is 1,100 square feet. It's a 2-1. Nice little clear lot. Doesn't have any landscaping to take care of. Low maintenance. A lot of houses in the Southwest are on gravel lots, so you don't have to use irrigation or water. This one is $200,000. It's in Bullhead City. It gives you all the details on 2-car garage. It's about a 40-year-old house, a 35-year-old house. And let's see if it's got any other pictures we can take a look at. Maybe just the one. Oh, here's a couple more. Looks like a typical residential neighborhood, fenced yard. Does it need updating? Yeah, you probably don't want to keep that carpet. Maybe not the blinds, but those are easy things to fix. Same thing with the kitchen. That's an 80s era kitchen right there. It's functional, usable, better than rent, because the mortgage payment on this is probably going to be right around $1,000. It's going to be less than any comparable rent. And worst case scenario, you're paying your own mortgage, getting appreciation, not somebody else's mortgage paid for them. So that's one example. Example number two is, this is a very cheap house. This is in Needles. Now, Needles is an interesting town. It's near the California border. It gets very, very hot in Needles. You'll have temperatures over 100 degrees in the summer. So be aware of that. But it's a $120,000 house. You might have a mortgage payment $700 with taxes and insurance, maybe $800 for your mortgage. Still 1,200 square feet, decent sized house. Again, you can get into a house so you're not paying rent. Little covered carport. Next one on the list, this one's just under 200. This is in Yuma, also a warm area. This house is in a residential neighborhood. You have grass yard, a little palm tree in the front. A little bit bigger house, 1,300 feet and 3-bedroom house. Again, your estimated payment about $900 before tax and insurance will put you just over $1,000. The last house on the list, this is a beauty. This one's 1,500 square feet, 189, 4.2. But here's the thing: as we were putting this video together, it went pending. This was 1 day on the market. So even at this low price point, these houses are flying off the shelf. So if you see one of these houses, and you can do searches for these, you want to jump on it. This is a nice 2-car garage, stucco house, barrel tile roof. Not a brand new kitchen, but a little bit more updated than some of the last ones we've seen. Decent paint, tile floor, very, very livable house. The taxes are $500 a year. So even if your mortgage payment is $900, you got $50 in taxes, maybe another $50 in insurance. And here's the main thing: you got a 1-acre lot, right? So this is a decent house. That's why it was on the market for 1 day. So look for these houses. They're out there. You can still buy a house very reasonable. if you're, work from home, or you can do something remote, you can pretty much live anywhere. Arizona is a very desirable state for good weather. Most of the time it does get hot, and sometimes in the flat areas in the winter it gets cold, but at least you're not having major snowstorms, blizzards, that kind of thing. It's also out of Tornado Alley, so you don't have to worry about that major weather event. But Arizona is another area where there's plenty of houses under $200,000 that are very livable and get you out of the rent rat race.